Yeah, we're gonna make something good today, I swear. What do you think of my sweater?
Mike, I'm saying this because you're my friend. That's the worst fucking sweater I've ever seen. It's a Cosby sweater. A Cosby sweater.
Sorry about him, guys. He can be quite a Grinch. But clearly I can be quite a cheese ball. But that's okay, because this week, we're making a holiday cheese ball. Happy holidays, everyone. So as I said, we're gonna be making one of my holiday favorites. Growing up, usually every Christmas as a gift from my dad, I'd get him one of those Hickory Farms little gift boxes that has some cheeses and salamis. Basically so we could sit down and watch a movie together and break into the cheese ball. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna toast up some almonds. So I've got about 1.5 cups of slivered almonds here. I don't exactly know how much I'm gonna need, but I wanted to make sure I had enough so that at the end we're gonna be able to cover the entirety of the cheese ball. Okay, we can just put these toasted almonds aside. Those aren't gonna come back in until the end. So if you remember how good I said those scalloped potatoes were that I made a couple weeks ago for Thanksgiving, you can also make that side dish again for Christmas. But it was a really winning combination, the old Croc smoked cheddar with the Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. So I'm gonna try using that same flavor profile in this cheese ball. So the first thing we gotta do is shred up some of the cheese. We need about 8 ounces of cheese. Each block is about 6 ounces, so use like 1 1/4 blocks of this. Next, I'm going to dice up some green onions. Cut the ends off. Put those aside because I'm going to show you a quick tip with those. Here's a quick tip for you. So, next time you're cutting up some fresh green onions, save the little root ends, and then you can place them in a glass of water with the root tips in the water glass and put it by your kitchen sink, and you're gonna grow some brand new green onions. Okay, now that we have our cheese grated, some green onions chopped up, we're gonna start combining everything in the blender. So we're gonna mix up all the ingredients and then we're gonna form our cheese ball. Okay, first ingredient is 8 ounces of cream cheese softened to room temperature. Then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Use 1 teaspoon of the Creole seasoning. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of garlic. Now we're going to add in all of our shredded smoked cheddar. Put a healthy squirt of mayo in there just to make this a nice creamy consistency. And then we add in our green onions just to give some nice color inside the cheese ball. Alright, now we're going to get this all blended to a nice even consistency. Alright, now dump this out into the Pyrex and sort of just continue mixing it up a bit. Gonna give it a little taste. Ooh, that's gonna be delicious. Alright, so at the moment, this is a little bit too soft. We're popping it in the fridge for about 20 minutes, so that way it'll just be a little bit easier to form into a ball shape. Then once we do that, we'll put it back in the fridge for maybe 2 hours. And then once it's a nice hardened ball, we can put the almonds on. So let's pop this in the fridge for like 20 minutes.
20 minutes later.
Okay, this is firmed up now. Now we're going to form this into a nice cheese ball. You can use either saran wrap or parchment paper. And I'm all out of saran wrap, so we're using parchment paper to just help us form this into a ball so it doesn't stick. Yeah, look at that. Now it just comes out sort of as all one piece almost. Some extra. This little remnant you can just have as a little snack for yourself. Give that a taste. Woo! This is delicious. Oh, I'm really excited about this. All of these side dishes have been a huge success. Now we can just use the parchment paper to sort of help us sort of form this into a ball. And here we go. We're gonna use the parchment paper. See how extra there is. Sort of do however you want. If you want a perfect cheese ball, or if you want a little flat, let's see. Do you want a nice perfect cheese ball, or do you want it more of a dome shape, a little bit more cheese to nut ratio? Just sort of however you want. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Just gonna rinse my hands off real quick. So I think actually, you know, this is firmed up enough already. We're just gonna coat it in the almonds now. I'm gonna dump the almonds into a bigger bowl so we have more room to roll this around in. I'm also gonna add some extra of the Creole seasoning in with the almonds to have a little crust of the Creole seasoning on there as well. Alright, got some of that Creole seasoning mixed in. Now, let's peel off our beautiful cheese ball. And let's roll it in these nuts. Look at that. So most of the big ones are on. There's some gaps. I'm gonna put it to the side for a second. I'm gonna crush up some of these remaining almonds into smaller pieces to see if we can fill in some of those crevices. Ooh. Oh, look at that. All right. This is looking beautiful. Let me just sprinkle some extra Creole seasoning in some of the gaps. Yes, sir. Let's put it aside on a nice festive red plate. Oh yeah, look how beautiful that cheese ball is. I'm super excited about this one. telling you, Old Croc smoked cheddar is the best cheese I've ever eaten. It's my favorite cheese. You have to look it up. Go to their website. It's so good. And Tony Chachere's is also just amazing. So that face is pure bliss. It's a shame I have no holiday parties to go to bring this to impress anyone. But that's okay, because you know what that means? More for me. Do a Christmas dance 'cause it tastes